I'm so grateful to be connecting with you in this present moment, and I'm just sitting in my kitchen talking to a camera right now, but I know that there will be real souls and real people receiving this virtual transmission, and so I'm connecting with you in my present moment into your present moment. And I just want to share that I really want to create an online soul family and create a community of like-minded, open-hearted humans in this space. And I don't want followers. I want a community of souls who see me on a soul level, on a heart level, and who are here for the healing of this earth. And that is my deepest intention with this video and this channel, is to just share my journey and share what I'm learning and how I'm growing in a way that can be empowering and supportive for others. And I felt called to share a poem that I recently wrote on my phone. I got it in my phone notes, and I feel like I am able to understand myself and my own journey deeper through writing and through creative expression. And so this is a poem of what I've been moving through and what I've been experiencing in this metamorphosis of becoming my soul in human form. I've been nestled deep in the womb of my inner world, tenderly transforming, softly blooming in the darkness, returning to the stillness of my center, drinking deeply from the everlasting river of my inner essence, purging the poison of self-distortion. Found a place within my soul. It is you.
You are filming what?
I am. I'm reading a poem.
Okay, I'll cheat.
Okay.
Here's
No, you're so good. Purging the poison of self-distortion, undressing the chains of shame and blame and pain from the wings of my soul so that she can unfold. Gently reminding myself that I am not the pain being released, I am the power being remembered through the natural purification of all that is not in resonance with this holy rebirth. My feet are planted at the gravestone of who I once was and at the blossoming of who I am becoming, honoring the death of what will no longer be, operating the divine compass inside of me. Flowers in my hands, a bittersweet recipe of grief and renewal swirling in my heart space. To be fully human and fully spirit all at once is such a sacred gift. May I never take it for granted, and may I always give myself permission to grow beyond the old into the new, trusting that even in the messiness, my unraveling will always bring me home to my eternal truth. So I wrote that poem about the transformation that I've been experiencing over the last few months and the last few years. Honestly, I feel so grateful for this journey of remembrance and just remembering what my soul has always known and what my human self sometimes forgets, and sometimes we have to go through cycles of forgetting, of betraying ourselves, of abandoning our inner truth, only to remember who we are that much deeper. And in the last few years, I've been taking a lot of sacred space from the external world, from people, from going out, from even sharing as much online, because there was a lot that I needed to figure out within myself. And a few years ago I was moving through a lot of darkness, a lot of pain, and I just needed a lot of space and time to learn who I am beyond all of it and learn how to genuinely love myself through that. And I truly feel like I have arrived on the other side, and there will always be more death cycles, there will always be more layers to release and more to unravel into, but I feel like sometimes we can get stuck in this cycle of feeling like we are never good enough or we're never healed enough to step into our mission, to step into our expression, to share our gifts and to share our light with others. And the truth is that as long as we are in these physical bodies, we are going to be imperfect, we're going to be messy. You're never going to feel fully ready to step beyond that edge of your comfort zone and share your truth and embody your power. It's like you really have to call upon the strength of your soul and know that on a soul level, you have always been whole. You've always been complete. You've always been holy. You've always been sacred. You've always been worthy. And there's nothing to fix. It's more about merging your soul consciousness with your human awareness. And in that process, your soul is made of pure light, pure love, and light is information, you could say. It's like if you are looking at a mountain, at a forest in the dark of the night, you can see some things depending upon how good your night vision is, but you can see some outlines, some shapes, but you can't see the details, you can't see the textures, you can't see as clearly as you can when the sun is shining. And the light of our souls is like a sun that shines from the inside out into all spaces, all places of our consciousness. And as you deepen the awareness, the knowing of who you are on a soul level, you will see all parts of yourself more clearly than you ever have before. You will see the messiness of your humanity You will see your shadows. You will see the pain that has been suppressed within you. You will see your self-sabotaging patterns and habits, and you will see your past more clearly. You'll be like, whoa, looking back on your past and like, oh my gosh, like I can see that past version of myself so clearly. And sometimes it can bring up this energy of judgment and judging yourself for these layers of your human self, you know, reflecting on a moment from your past and being like, oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that? And sometimes we can judge ourselves and just be so hard on ourselves. And what I've been awakening to and what I've been realizing, and this is something that has actually changed my life, that I feel so called to share in this video, is that first, know that every choice you have ever made, every decision you have ever made has led you to the state of awareness you are in now, to where you could even see those moments in your past as mistakes, to where you can see yourself more clearly. And the state of awareness that you live within is the greatest gift. And so it's important to know that truly everything happens the way that it was meant to for your greatest soul evolution. And it is draining the life energy that you have access to in this moment to continue to perpetuate cycles of self-abuse and beat yourself up for your past, for things that you can't go back and change. But what you can do is change your response in this present moment, and know that you cannot heal a wound with the same consciousness that created it. You can't heal fear with more fear, hate with more hate. So it's like, when things are coming up to be cleared, when you're getting triggered, when you are feeling deep emotions, releasing grief and sadness and hurt from your heart space, like I shared in the poem, know that you are not the pain that's being released. You are the power that is being remembered. You are the witness to your human evolution. And if you can offer yourself love in those spaces of seeing these old versions of yourself, feeling resistance, judging yourself, if you can just give those parts of you love and understanding and compassion and forgiveness, you will no longer be at war with yourself, and you will free up so much life energy, and those parts of you will be integrated. You will be able to receive the lessons from those past versions of you and be more liberated in your embodiment in this now moment. And something that I felt called to share, because I feel like I've been allowing myself to really go into my emotions and feel my emotions deeper than I ever have before, and that's been very healing for me. I've always been very emotional. I'm a Pisces, Cancer moon, Aquarius rising. I have a lot of water in my chart, and I've just always been a very emotional being from the time I was a young girl. And I feel like Mother Nature is my greatest teacher. Mother Nature is the living embodiment of the natural harmony and balance of the universe, and everything in nature is embodied in its authenticity. You know, a tree is not trying to be a bird, it's just a tree. And because of that, it is able to receive what it needs to thrive. And I feel like when we embody the divinity of our souls, which is the truth of who we are, we align ourselves to the harmony of all of life. And going back to what I was saying about processing emotions, it's been this journey that I've been in, and this visualization that came through for me that I just felt called to share with you because it's really supported me in my path. So I'm gonna use this little fern that I have here as an example. You can imagine the roots of the tree as the embodiment of your soul consciousness. And then the upper part of the tree, I love ferns so much. The upper part of the tree is your human awareness. And so when the storm comes, when you're deep in an emotional process, when you're getting triggered, you're feeling intense emotion, you can see that as a storm of wind that is coming and blowing through the top of the tree. And what do trees do when a storm comes? They bend with the storm because they know that their true identity is anchored in the unconditional love of the earth. So they aren't rigid, right? I feel like the reason that so many people are afraid to feel their emotions is because they haven't fully remembered who they are as a soul in this body, and that the truth of who they are is so beyond any temporary trigger or temporary emotional experience in this human body. And so they try to hold it all together and everything's fine, like I'm not a messy human, I have my life together and this is my identity and this is who I am. And that is so exhausting. It's so exhausting to live that way. And I feel like part of the reason that children are such powerful mirrors and teachers for us is that they are so real, they are so unapologetic in the expression of what is alive within them and what's moving through them. If a kid is upset about something, they'll just cry, they'll feel it, and that releases the energy in the moment. But we, as adults, a lot of us have just like gathered this armor and this protective shield around our hearts because we're afraid to feel. But that shield is also preventing us from fully experiencing love and pleasure and all the beauty this life has to offer. And so I just love trees because they allow themselves to move with the storms that come, and they know their true identity being anchored and grounded in the earth. And it's this visualization I've just kept in my heart whenever I'm moving through deep sadness or pain or grief, releasing emotions, that I can allow myself to feel it fully because the truth of who I am is rooted in the unconditional love of the source of all life, in the love of God, the love of Creator, the love of my soul. And that has just allowed me to hold myself in these death cycles with so much more grace, with so much more compassion, with so much more understanding. And prayer has been such a powerful anchor for me in this space of rebirth and reclamation and just really coming home to my soul. And prayer does not have to be spoken in a religious context, okay? Prayer in its purest nature is our birthright of communication with the divine, with the spiritual realms, with our souls. And in my rising practice the other morning, I channeled this prayer. It just came through me, and it's really beautiful, and I've been speaking it out loud every day. It's been really supporting me in my journey, and I just felt called to share it with you in this moment. So just taking a deep breath and dropping into your heart space, into your body, letting go of everything you did today and just really giving yourself to be fully present in this moment and receive these words like a waterfall of remembrance washing over your soul. Here and now, with the power and the presence of my soul's divine authority, I align and attune all of my awareness to the pathway of my highest purpose and deepest service in this lifetime. I proclaim that I'm ready to come out of hiding and shine my soul light into every dimension of my existence on this earth. My faith is eternally stronger than any fear. I bathe my consciousness in crystalline waters of everlasting courage, confidence, and clarity. I give the pure light I have always been on a soul level permission to expand into the fullness of her radiance and power within me. I receive the full body recalibration and remembrance of my divine DNA. My consciousness is permanently anchored in the center of my soul. My internal compass is guided by the holy direction of the Most High. I welcome in waves of pure joy as my wings begin to fly. I soar into heavenly skies of spiritual redemption. Clear oxygen fills my lungs. May my words, thoughts, and deeds be forever aligned with the Holy Spirit of the source of all life. God, Holy Creator, Almighty Love, I trust in you, I bow to you, I honor you, I am listening. Please guide me, please teach me, please show me the pathway to my deepest empowerment and highest purpose for the highest good of all in this lifetime and beyond. I proclaim with the power of my soul's divine authority and the essence of Source within me that I give any and all outdated patterns, programs, and agreements linking my being to the old paradigm full permission to be permanently released from my consciousness on all levels, layers, and dimensions of being. Thank you for your teachings. You no longer have any power over my conscious awareness from this moment forward. I am rebirthed in the essence of my divinity, now and forever. I remember, I surrender. Aho, Ashe, Amen. Thank you for being exactly as you be, exactly as you are. So much love.